Chances are, if you're thinking of a computer mouse, something like this is going to be the first thing that comes to mind. It's what we know of as the standard mouse. But just because it's the standard doesn't mean it's the best design. For instance, using a mouse like this for an extended period of time can introduce repetitive strain injury. More recently, Frisco Ergonomics reached out to me and offered me to try out the Ergoslider Plus. So here are my first impressions. The Ergoslider Plus promises an evolution of cursor control to relieve pain from ergonomic injuries, a modern and nifty design, plug-and-play functionality, and a satisfaction guaranteed. I've been using the Ergoslider Plus for about a week, and here is my general user experience. The Ergoslider Plus has actually been unexpectedly fun to use. It's a unique and unfamiliar form of input, yet it's surprisingly intuitive. It just takes some time to adjust. I often found myself reaching for the computer mouse, or sometimes even slowing my movements down just to make them more precise. Obviously, I would expect these kind of kinks to be ironed out with more experience over time. The Ergoslider is nice because it uses a roller, and this means that you have to barely even move your wrist in order to interact with your computer cursor. Your cursor movements on the screen correspond to the movement of the slider on the device. So in order to move up, you just push the slider up. To move right, you push right, and etc. Once you reach the end horizontally, there's a button that actually gets pressed, and this just moves your cursor further along on the screen. There's nothing to grip, and as a result, this reduces strain on the wrist. I can really see this product being used in an office environment. But this is no excuse by any means to not take a rest every once in a while. One thing that I feel like I have to mention is that the ends here kind of came loose when I opened the product. And that would kind of create an angle here, so whenever I pushed the roller, it would kind of just jump right off the Ergoslider. I put down a little bit of super glue and it worked like a charm. I ended up using the Ergoslider Plus on a few different situations, so here are my thoughts. For browsing the internet, the experience is pretty laid back and you don't really have to move your wrist very much. That makes it very nice. But then for something like editing, I edit videos regularly, and so I'm not so accustomed to the inaccuracy that was introduced by the roller mouse. Surely this will be ironed out with more usage, but for now I prefer the computer mouse, and honestly I really miss the horizontal scrolling. I think that if the little scroll wheel on the Ergoslider Plus could be changed to something like a ball that allows for horizontal scrolling, this will be a more viable option for video editors, since timelines are horizontal. Turn around! Well, clearly you can see that this mouse isn't very good for gaming. Technically, it has the full range of functions that a regular mouse has, but just isn't really built for something like gaming. Because once you hit the edge of the roller, you have to wait for the cursor to slowly drag around. I don't know why you would think of getting one of these for gaming, but if you were thinking about it at all, I would take a hard pass on that. In the end, I'm not sure if the Ergoslider Plus is a product that I would have considered for myself, but I'm glad that they sent me a unit here to try out, because I actually really like it. I can see myself using it for tasks like coding or writing articles, or even just browsing the web or watching YouTube videos. It's just a more natural way to interact with the computer. So what are your thoughts on the Ergoslider Plus? Let me know in the comment section below, and that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Here's another post-production editing note. So while I was editing this video, I found out that my microphone came loose during the recording and a bunch of the audio got screwed up. The whole video was actually a second take. Well, most of it anyway, minus the whole workstation part and minus the gaming part. Yeah, that's it. Remember, product links are in the description below.